Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to say something about our constitution. Before I just explain about the constitution, let me just say the hierarchy of our laws. First, there are rules and regulations, and after that, there is customary laws and ordinary laws of the country. And after that, constitution is the last. It means the supreme law of the country. Uh, and Ethiopia had two constitutions, unwritten and written constitutions. The unwritten ones are Kubernetes, Futanagist, and Stratanagist. Uh, Futanagist is a type of constitution, but it is unwritten at this time. You may get it written by different sources, but at that time it was not written. Uh, and they believe in religious courses, and Kubernetes also they used to think like uh, a king must be the descent of Solomonic dynasty, and the third is Srata Mengist. It was also traditional and the most traditional rules. But now, I mean, we may know the past ones, but we're going to focus on the main ones. I mean, the written constitutions. As you see, our discussion is about comparative analysis of Ethiopian constitutions. Okay. I have already mentioned it. Are there any countries without written constitution? Ethiopia had also. Are these countries peaceful to live? Okay. To answer this question, countries must. I believe, in my personal opinion, countries must have written constitutions for any violation, or if they ask, "This is my right" or "This is what I want." I mean, if it's written, uh, they can detect whether it's right or not, and if it's written. Okay, the Ethiopian constitution is the supreme law of the Ethiopia, as I said. The current constitution was adopted in 1995, establishing the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Okay, the constitution is based on a policy of ethnic democracy and grants extensive rights to regional states. Previous constitutions, there are four written constitutions: 1931, 1955, 1987, and 1995 constitution. Okay, let's see 1931 constitution. Uh, this constitution uh, was first established by the Emperor Haile Selassie, and it has many characteristics. The first is unitary. To unitary, there are three types of democracy. The first is unitary, federal, and confederation. We know that. And since I may use these words later, let me explain the three words. Unitary means it's a type of democracy where it is governed by a single party. In federation, power is shared between the central government and the regional governments. Because confederation is like UN, they cooperate and they work together. The 1931 first written constitution is characterized by unitary state of government, and it is ruled by the king, which is Haile Selassie. And it was designed to unify and centralize all state powers in the hands of the monarchy. Uh, a limitation, it has limitations. The first is imperial authority. It has authority only. The authority is in the hands of the central government only. The constitution vested all powers over central and local government. It's monarchical government. The revised constitution of 1995 is also Haile Selassie's rule. Uh, why did he revise? When we ask why did he revise the constitution of 1955, the first thing, there was kind of disagreement between different parties, and they were asking to rights and regulations to be added. And he added some regulations and human and democratic rights, but in terms of implementation, it was not that much important and that much not good for the people. The 1987 Constitution of People, it was the time of Derg. It has provision called, it set up Provisional Military Administrative Council. And at this time, later there was socialism. These are terms that we use that were used at that time. Brought the proponents in the country. After coming to power, they issued a series of decrees and proclamation that was used as regular rules until the adoption of 1987. And also this is characterized by unitary state of government. It didn't share the power to the regional states. The 95 constitution means the current constitution. It has some changes. It follows federal form of government, and power is shared between the central government and the regional government. At this time, the regional governments have also their constitution, where the main constitution, the supreme law of the country, the regional government should support the constitution of the country. Uh, And this constitution considers fundamental rights and freedoms, equality and non-discrimination, and sustainable peace and affirmative action in its primary past. Uh, and also, they give five fundamental principles: the principle of popular sovereignty, Article 8, constitutionalism, or Article 9, the insanity of human rights in Article 10, secularism. It means the religion and governments are different. Secularism, Article 11, and accountability and transparency, Article 12, 1995 Constitution, included these chapters too. So to conclude, the Ethiopian Constitution, 1931, 55, in 1931, 55, and 1987 have some similarities. Because they follow unitary form of the government, because they didn't share the power to the regional government. They have something in common. To compare, because our chapter is the comparison of the Ethiopian constitution, uh, the present form of the government is very essential because it includes fundamental rights of the people, and people can participate in political affairs. So this constitution is the best. In terms of implementation, I don't know. It was good in the past. At this time, there may be disagreements, but in terms, because it's written and it considers the right. Uh, this one is the best, I guess. Thank you.
Very nice presentation. Just 3 questions. Dr. Well prepared. Nice PowerPoint presentation, and the way you present, you communicate is also impressive. Just 3 questions. When was the current Ethiopian Constitution adopted? When was the current Ethiopian Constitution adopted? 1994, 95. 94.
Okay.
What type of democracy does the Ethiopian Constitution follow?
Democracy. Is it the current? PAGR?
No.
Okay. What type of democracy?
Constitution follow according to your slide.
Is it the current one? Federation or indirect democracy ትጠቀማለች? ደግሞ ፌዴራል constitution ትጠቀማለች?
What was the purpose of the 1931 Constitution?
1931 Constitution power in the country central government ስለነበረ አንደኛው እንደ ደረጃ እንደ ኤን ደረጃ ከሆነ ሶሻል ዩኒታሪቲ መፍጠር ዲቨሎፕመንት መፍጠር ይፈልጋሉ እንደ ኤን ደረጃ ማለት ነው። ኢንተርምስ ኦፍ ኢምፕሊሜንቴሽን ስናየው ግን ትክክል አለ።
Purpose of the 1931 Constitution is do you have questions? ጠይቋት ጥያቄ ይኖራል? ፍቅር አበባዩ አበባ ፍቅር Ermias, take closer. Take closer. Ermias, silent. Who enacted the first constitution of Ethiopia and when? Who enacted the first written constitution of Ethiopia and when? Yes, that one, very good, correct. Ermias. The second question, what major events led to the revision of the 1931 constitution?
Modernization and international recognition.
No, no, listen to the question. What major event led to the revision of 1931 constitution? The constitution of 1955.
The first was modernization, and the second was land reforms.
Okay, second question is what two documents were added to the Ethiopian legal system during the federation with Eritrea?
The Federal Act
Federal Act.
and the Eritrean Constitution of 1950.
Okay. What was your contribution to the Senate? What did you contribute to the Senate, making progress of your Senate?
Preparing the word.
Yes.
We prepared the words for the text on that thing, providing and working on the questions.
Okay. What do you learn from the Senate?
From the assignment, I learned types of constitutions of Ethiopia before the 1931 and also after the 1931. What type of constitutions? The traditional one and the modern one.
Traditional one nation.
ክብረ ነገስት ተዋርሰን ስርዓተ መንግስት ከ1930 በፊት የነበሩትን እና ከዛ አሁን ያሉትን ምን አይነት እንደሆኑ
How about you? How about you? What did you contribute to the making of your assignment? Yeah, that's much closer. What do you learn from your assignment?
The constitution and its revision ከ1930 ጀምሮ ከዛ አልፎ እየተደረገ እስከ 1995 ድረስ እንዴት ሪፎርም
What type of government is the Derg established after coming to power? Military end? Okay, third question, what was the aim of the 1987 Ethiopian Constitution? Aim, that's it. Okay. The vision. The last question, how was the 1987 Ethiopian Constitution similar to the 1931 and 1955?
similarity 87
Similar to 1955 and 1931. How? What was the similar feature? Good, Robin. Good, Robin. Good, Robin. What was your contribution in the assignment? Good. What did you learn from your assignment?
የኢትዮጵያ ኮንስቲቱሽን ከመጀመሪያው አሁን እስከ 1995 እስካለው ድረስ ብዙ ፌዞችን አይቷል። ከ1933 የ1937 ሴንትራላይዝድ የሆነበት ነበር። ግን አሁን ግን ዲሞክራሲ አድቮኬት የሚያደርግና
How many articles in the 1995 Ethiopia Constitution are devoted to the discussion of rights? 30? Totally ስንት ናቸው? What form of governance was introduced by 1995 Federal Constitution? What is assigned to the second chamber of the parliament according to 1995 Constitution? Very good. Crastar. Name one fundamental principle recognized in the second chapter of the 1995 Constitution.
According to the
1995 Constitution, one fundamental principle.
secularism, the division of powers, it's
What does Article 9 of the 1995 Constitution address?
Article 9, the provision of the state in the religion.
Article 9.
The division of powers.
Second answer. What article in 1995 Constitution addressed the sanctity of human rights?
What?
Which article of 1995 Constitution addressed the sanctity of human rights?
9.
1995 article
9.
no. Sanctity of human rights.
Human rights. From 14 up to 44 years.
Sanctity of human rights. Which article addressed the sanctity of human rights according to this slide?
14.
Yes?
14.
Okay, sir, what does Article 11 of the 1995 Ethiopia Constitution recognize?
Secularism.
And the last question. Which article ensures accountability and transparency?
From the 1995.
Yes.
20.
Okay. Accountability and transparency.
We were divided into ለሁለት ነበር ስንሰራ ማለት ነው። ፒክቸሩን እናዘጋጅ ነበር ከሞጁል ያወጣ እና እንትን ያደርገዋል። እኛ ፕሬዘንት ስናደርግ እንትኑን ፓወርፖይንት ስናዘጋጅ ለሁለት ነበር የተዋፈረው ማለት ነው። ከዛ የዛን
end of the day ፋይናል ፕሮጀክቱ ለሁላችሁ ማድረስ ነበር። ዋና ኤሙ እሱ ነው። ሁላችሁ ኤክስፐርት ካረፈበት በኋላ መጨረሻ ላይ ፋይናል ሪዛልት ሰርፕራይዝ ሪዛልት Krajer. What was your contribution?
as a group member, I try to coordinate what was in the try to read our group in the first group, try to coordinate the document type, which we send, and the other group try to create the PowerPoint. I was in the PowerPoint group, and they try to from the same. Based on my experience, I always focused have unlimited education institutions, and that's clarifies for me. That's everything.
Which article issues accountability and transparency in government in 1995? And which article in 1995 addresses sanctity of human rights? Very good. And what are the main aims reflected in the preamble of the 1995
swear accountability, transparency, supremacy of the constitution, security.
Fikir Shanghai. Fikir Shanghai. Shanghai. What did you learn from that? What?
I learned from last summit that Cuba is attempting to make the country more stable and a peace country, and also development of democratic country, and also it happens the main aim of the Cuban constitution is to create democratic and more peaceful countries.
Very good. What is your contribution to making of that?
I'm a doctor.
What historical texts were part of the traditional Ethiopian constitution before 1971?
The Titan for the glory of the universe.
What significant change did the Derby introduce after coming to power?
The changes for land reforms and the nationality of industries.
The last question, what document specified the term of federation agreement between Eritrea and Ethiopia?
The Eritrean constitution in 1982.
What document specified the term of federation agreement between Eritrea and Ethiopia?
The Federal Act in
Federal Act. Kirgitaችሁ 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 supported the establishment of the Eritrean constitution. Just who supported the establishment of Eritrean constitution? Right. Very good. What is the main focus of approximately 1/3 of Article 1995 Ethiopian Constitution? The right age? Freedom of what was the limitation of 1931?
imperial authority, which means that the central power was given to only the imperial persons, and there was no privilege to the diverse population to be exiled.
What was your contribution to the making of this?
ሰንሰለት ተከፋፍለን ነበር። እዚህ የኔ የነበረው የ1995 ማስገባቸው
What new things you learned from this?
የኢትዮጵያ ኮንስቲቱሽን በሁለት ፕሮግረስ የመጀመሪያ የነበረው ፓወር አሁን ያለው ዲሞክራቲክ ሲስተም የተከተለበት
Fikir Legesse. Legesse, what was your contribution to the making of the assignments?
I done all points that detail also under some perception and some constitutions that are aligned with Ethiopian constitution, like India and South Africa, and I've seen some similarities and differences about it. And the main difference when I show it in South Africa, the similarities is on the constitutions, and the difference is how they transfer in like in South Africa they transfer from apartheid system from the colonialism to the constitutions. In Ethiopia when we just rule out there is no colonialism.
What does the Ethiopian constitutional history reflect according to the resolution?
Okay, the history reflects that we moved from the monarchy system to the democratic system, and also from the centralized government to the federal.
what does Ethiopian aim to achieve through its constitutional evolution?
It's aimed to achieve democratization and also inclusivity, and also the development of the country.
Nice. Next question. What document specifies the term of federation agreement between Eritrea and Ethiopia?
1952.
What document specifies the term of federation agreement between Eritrea and Ethiopia? Document.
The Trent Constitution.
The Federal Act. Federal Act. 1955. The Federal Act specifies the agreement between Eritrea and Ethiopia. Group 2 mentioned. Dr. Marcos, Dr. Selassie, Lovina, Pinot, and Fraud Abdisa. Group 2 mentioned. Group 2 is presented. Presenter. Group 2. Mana maker? What's your name? Lovina. Lovina, you have 15 minutes.
Good morning. ዛሬ ደግሞ የምናየው role of constitution and democratization ላይ ነው። መጀመሪያ introduce አደረግላችሁ this study analyzes the role of constitution and democratization with the focus on Ethiopia. ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ constitution democratization ላይ ምን አይነት effect አለ የሚለው ነው። The Ethiopian constitution has had a mixed impact on democratization. While it has established democratic norms and institutions, limited implementation has hindered full democratization. Democratization encompasses core principles such as free, fair elections, the rule of law, and protection of human rights. Democratization የምንለው አንድን country በቃ በዴሞክራሲ እንድትከተል ማድረግ ማለት ነው። ወይንም በዛ በኩል እንድትሄድ limited experience with constitution characteristics ምንናቸው access traditional constitution ላይ ምን characteristics አሏቸው? Access to formal constitution, divine rights of kings, traditional governance, absolute monarchy, limited popular participation, እነዚህ ይመስላሉ። ሶስት እንትኖች አሉ። ክብረ ንግስት፣ ፈታ ንግስት እና ስርዓተ መንግስት የሚባሉ። ፈታ ንግስት ላይ ጠቅላላ ንግስና set of religious and secular legal provisions, not a definitive constitution የላቸውም። Written in Arabic by Coptic Egyptian writer, designed by monks alongside the Kibran Negis, governed Ethiopian society in the late Middle Ages, contained served as source of constitutional and civil criminal laws, complied from the Old Testament, New Testament, and Roman law, advocated the divine rights of kings. Kibran documented the mythical origins of the royal house, written by 6 Tigerian clerics and completed in the early 14th century. Significance served as the principal source of legitimacy for kings, mandated that Ethiopian kings must descend from the Somali dynasty. Malini Kibran history. Srata Mangistre they provided administrative protocols and directives in the 19th century, not considered as constitutional documents in the broadest sense. Significance allocated power among the crown, the generics, and the church, outlined the pattern of succession through was largely theoretically one until number. 1994 constitution የኢትዮጵያ ዴሞክራታይዜሽን ላይ ሲግኒፊካንስ ነበረው። ይሄ እንዴት ነው? it tackled issues of historical centralization, ethnic tensions by introducing federalism, ensuring the separation of powers, establishing an independent judiciary, and promoting citizen participation. Federalism was established in Ethiopia as in a federal state, divided the country into 9 ethnical-based regions and 2 chartered cities. Decentralized power to regional governments aimed to address ethnic diversity and historical grievances. Ethnic federalism ደግሞ ምንድነው? Recognizes Ethiopia's diverse culture and ethnic landscape. Self-determination. Regional states have the right to the self-determination, including succession. Purpose aims to mitigate ethnic tensions, promote equality, provides a framework for peaceful coexistence. Separation of powers ስንመጣ ለዲሞክራታይዜሽን ትልቅ ኢንፍሉዌንስ ያለው ይሄ ነው። ምንድነው? key democratic principle ነው። Integral to the 1994 Constitution, division of government, segregate power into executive, legislative, and judicial branches, prevention of power concentration, safeguards against the accumulation of power, check and balance, separation of power, practice ማድረግ እንችላለን። Executive leadership led by the Prime Minister, accountable of the House of People's Representatives, promotion of transparency and accountability, enhances governance by fostering openness and answerability. Bicameral legislature composition consists of the House of Representatives and the House of Federation. House of Representatives are directly elected by body ensuring government, accountability to the populace. House of Federation represents regional states, addresses inter-regional issues. ምንድነው? በሁለት ሪጅኖች መካከል የሚነሳ አድረስ የሚያደርገው House of Federation ነው። ensures equitable resource distribution and balanced regional interests. Independent judiciary, guarantee of democracy, ensures an impartial judiciary vital for democracy. Process to this, judges selected based on merit, shaped by political influence, impartial justice administration ensures fairness, equality, and legal proceedings. Federal Supreme Court highest judicial authority responsible for reviewing laws, government actions for constitutional compliance, upholds the rule of law, and safeguards citizen rights. Independent judiciary. Human rights comprehensive bill of rights guarantees fundamental freedoms, including speech, assembly, and association, protection against discrimination and arbitrary detention, safeguards against unjust treatment, legal framework for democratic participation, provides avenues for democratic engagement and protects against state overreach. Citizen participation mandate for regular elections. Citizen participation ግድ ነው democratic rule አለ ለማለት. It ensures frequent and free and fair elections at federal and regional levels. Promotion of political engagement encourages the formation of political parties, civil society organizations, and so on. Mobilization of public opinion empowers citizens to advocate for policy changes and monitor government actions. They are democratized, decentralized governance. Centralized governance promotion of local government empowers local authorities and with significant powers, proximity to the people ይጨምራል. ሌላ ደግሞ brings government closer to the populace, responsive and effective governance እንዲኖር ያደርጋል. Enhances government effectiveness in addressing community-specific issues. Decentralized governance ይኖራል። ሌላው institutional reforms ናቸው። እነዚህ እንደ must የሆኑ እንትኖች ናቸው። ለምን establish key institution, National Electoral Board of Ethiopia oversees electronic elections. Ethiopian Human Rights Commission monitors and promotes human rights, independence and impartiality, designed to function anonymously and mutually. Critical oversight and support. Challenges and criticism. Implementation hurdles, political instability and ethnic conflicts, allegation of electoral fraud, impeded progress, ethnic federalism concerns sometimes exacerbates ethnic divisions leading to tension and violence, judicial independence, question due to perceived government interference. Evaluating the impact of constitution. Successful establishment of a multi-party political system,
regular elections, fostering political competition, protection of fundamental human rights, empowerment of regional states with federalism. Challenges ደግሞ restriction on opposition parties and harassment of leaders, compromised judicial independence due to political influence, debates and controversies in Ethiopian constitution. Ethnic federalism promotes ethnic division versus addresses historical marginalization, ethnic federalism. Recent ethnic tensions, particularly in Tigray region, challenge its viability. የኢትዮጵያን ኮንስቲቱሽን እንትን ስንለው ስለሱ ስናወራ ነገሮች እናነሳለን። Self determination and succession ላይ Article 39 balances between the safeguarding against centralization and territorial integrity, centralization versus regional autonomy, power distribution, struggles over resource allocation, political control, and regional autonomy.
Good. I don't know. Still, like to ask her any question? Right. Okay, just three questions, right? The first one is what hindered full democratization in Ethiopian despite constitution?
Full democratization ነገሮች corruption ምናምን አለ violation of legal rules instability አንዳንድ ነገሮች አንዳንዴ አፕላይ ያደርጋሉ አንዳንዴ ደግሞ አፕላይ ያደርጋሉ ሌላ ደግሞ
Yes, correct. What are the three main aspects promoted by the Ethiopian constitution for democratization?
avoidance of authoritarian rule, authoritarian rule, and then promotion of democratic rule, and now sovereignty or sovereignty.
Political participation, individual right, and centralization. What core principle does democratization encompass? Democratization encompass core principles. What are them? Democratization core principles.
Fairness,
Free election, yes.
rule of law,
Rule of law.
decentralization.
Correct. Okay, the last one is ፍቅር ታደሰ come closer. Is it? The first question is what historical documents provide legal and religious guidance in Ethiopian society in the late Middle Age? Second question is which document mandates the Ethiopian king must descend from the Solomonic dynasty? What was significant step towards democratization in Ethiopia in 1994? What was a significant step towards democratization in Ethiopia in 1994 according to the presentation? Okay, the fourth one is what form of government was established by the 1994 Ethiopian Constitution? How many ethnic-based regions and charter cities were created under Ethiopian federalism?
In the first one,
Yes, the first, the 1994.
9 regions and 2 cities.
Correct. Thank you. فكر فساء what was your contribution to the making of the assignment and what do you think you learned from the assignment?
I've worked on the definition of democratization. What do you say? Democratization. It's practically the system where democracy is used and founded, and that means the following of the constitution, which is obviously the rule of law, where the constitution is the supreme of the
What does the principle of ethnic federalism in Ethiopia recognize?
Ethnic autonomy, which is the federated states are governed by
What key democratic principle ensures the division of government of Ethiopia?
separation of power.
What are the types of bicameral legislature in Ethiopia?
The House of People's Representative and House of Federation.
Maryam Dabala. Maryam Dabala, what was your motivation in making of the assignment and what do you think you learned from the assignment?
I contributed by looking at the constitution of the Ethiopian Federal Republic and gathering up some information that would be crucial for this purpose. And I understood that there was a lot of tradition coming from the precursor of the legal documents in the, from the Quran Islamic parents and the constitution to the modern one.
What ensures an impartial judiciary in Ethiopia?
The independent judiciary who have been given this power by Congress.
What is the highest judicial authority in Ethiopia?
Federal Supreme Court.
Question is, what fundamental freedoms are guaranteed by the Bill of Rights in Ethiopia?
The freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, association.
Marsha, Marsha. Marsha, what was your contribution to making of the assignment and what did you learn from the assignment? What was your contribution to the process of making your assignment and what new things you learned?